Hey, yes, it is sleeping like a baby. And so is every other country that is developing or underdeveloped because it'll perennially remain so, underdeveloped or developing. Because it hasn't been able to crack the code, so it deserves to be there. It deserves to be there. So all those countries that are doing well on the economic scene, they have gotten where they have gotten because their strategies were right. Either they in the initial times they dominated the institutions, or institutions like Bretton Woods, they first come first basis. On just like first come first basis, they captured the scene and they got on the top. Plus they also have um, done some brilliant work in form of innovation. You can't be selling grains and veggies to the world and dream of becoming a superpower. Those are the countries where machineries were made and they are innovated. Even these cameras that we use for making videos, the cheapest of them are made outside the country. Most of them, only a very few companies are there. So with that, such a dismal R&D scene in the country, if you expect that if you expect that you'll ever break into the scene, you'll break into the developed zone, the only thing anyone would say, are you kidding me? You won't. You're any developed country, any developing country, transition economy, barring of course China, because it has really worked hard. It has worked hard. Some of its strategies were predatory, but who can overlook the fact that they worked really hard? They made certain wrong choices, but who can overlook the fact that they worked really hard? So barring a very few countries like China, most developing countries or underdeveloped countries look up to other countries for making investments in their own country, and once those investments are made, they are riding high, and there is a time of boom. But when these FDIs go, and there is some fickle investments like portfolio investments that sometime that go very easily at the time of economic slowdown, the global economic slowdown. So there is no it's a boom, real boom in a developing country like India. It's just an illusion. When the foreign investors invest, we jump with joy, because when have we actually made some real path breaking innovation? What exactly are we selling to the world? We're just selling certain certain things that can't be called original stuff. The second stage of innovation, we are into that. That is the real innovation. The real invention is made in developing countries, and then we make cheaper versions of the stuff that are made, so that all those people who can't afford the original stuff, the original machinery, can go for the second grade. And second grade is what we produce most of the times. There's very less of R&D going on. So that's that. So why did I say that the country is sleeping? Because in all my previous videos, I was surprised to no extent that why India has one of the worst education literacy level education. Uh, it's just not literacy, because sometimes people are literate but they're buffoons. All those perpetrators of crimes, they may have had they may be having degrees, but they are buffoons because their minds are not channelized into something worthwhile. The second is the healthcare system is not there. It's practically missing. So as a result, most of us either have less life expectancy, or we are diseased, or we are just not much driven, self-motivated. So this is what the human capital is. And the real good ones, they just get out of the country. So all the good ones go out of the country. The ones that are the ones who are left behind, a very few of them are really driven. So this is what it is, and it suits the government. Why do I say that? Because this India has a high percent of shadow economy. What's shadow economy? When you deal when you deal in cash transactions, when you do cash transaction which can't be recorded, or you don't pay taxes, or you break the rules and regulations. And I have seen it with my own eyes. Just a few days back, I went to a state government office for getting some work done. I saw bribery was a common thing there. And there's so many people working in a room that looked really dilapidated, working dealing with hard copies. There were no PCs still on their desk. Out of 100, only 40 were working. The rest of the people were loitering around somewhere. They weren't working, they were just whiling away time. They were having tea or just chatting with people. The rest of the 40% were working. The ones who were working were demanding money, cash, for getting some stuff done. Because if you don't pay that, they waste your time. They make you come day after day to get a small thing done. You end up paying to them. So this is shadow economy for you. I'm not even talking about private units. This happens under the nose of the this happens right there under the nose of the government, because some of the officials have their cuts who are sitting at the top as well. So this is how it suits them. Why can't you mechanize? If you and I can get a laptop or a PC or a phone, a state machinery, a state can't afford PCs. You just don't buy it. You just don't buy it. They don't get or the whole office automated and mechanized, because they will have to let these good for nothing people, 50% of those people, go. They will have to let them go because they don't work. And once you make your office mechanized, you don't require all that fluff, all that chaff, all that husk. You don't require that. Why are you cultivating them? Why are you cultivating them? They're no good. 50% of the employees in the government offices are no good. And we are paying one of the highest GSTs in the world, we Indians, to support these people. And we also have a faulty, according to me, direct tax system, because we have very badly distributed slabs, 5%, 20%, 30%. Obviously, there would not be tax compliance. It should be evenly distributed. It should be like 5%, 7%, 10%, 15%, or 12%, 15%, 20%, 22%. This is how it should go. So it's when they say we follow a progressive tax system, no, we don't follow the right progressive tax system in India. So this is all. And you know what they do? Coming back to the point, why do I say that India is sleeping? Because they keep us doped with one or the other issue. What is doping? When you introduce an external factor, external element into the original system, so that the original system does not work the same way as it used to, as it would have had there been no external element introduced. It starts behaving differently, so that's doping. So it keeps the administration keeps people doped by keeping them fools, by not working on education, because if they're educated, they'll start reading between the lines, they'll start reading the fine prints, uh, they'll start to grasp things. Where is this money going? Why is the petrol's price highest, or one of the highest in Asia, at least in Asia and in India? 90%, 90 rupees per liter. This is height of you're being a predator this way. The administration is being a predator this way. You're going to douse the aggregate demand. You keep the indirect taxes so high, which has a direct effect on the demand of a country, and you put the lower and middle income groups so much under pressure by increasing the indirect tax. Your direct tax system is faulty. Your petrol prices are skyrocketing, and it should at least be low for the transporters who take their vegetables from one place to another to sell into the nearest market, or some other perishable items. At least keep it low for them. No, they won't, because these public sector companies, these oil companies, can't manage their accounts well, so we are paying for them. I know a clerk in a oil company. She files her nails, and she polishes her nails, and she wastes a lot of time in the office. And this is what she said in a group, as though she's doing something really cool. And she draws 1.5 lakhs per month. Clerk who files her nails and polishes them. Public sector unit, oil company. So if you're paying so much, if a clerk is getting 1.5 lakh, if a clerk is getting 1.5 lakh per month, imagine what the people at the highest designation must be drawing. So we are paying for their stupidity. We are paying to keep them filthy rich. So it all seems like a nexus to me. So it's good we stayed doped by one issue or the other, which is not directly connected to the well-being of us and all those kids who run barefoot behind cars on the traffic signal, because it's too much. It would be too much for us to handle. So let's stay doped. So that's how India is sleeping. That's how things are happening. Okay, bye.